up your head, pick up your body, get on the bus, it's time to party. It's Gregory, it is a Saturday night, Gregory. Take your socks off and take your pants on, get in the car and drive.
Welcome everybody to Friday Night Greg. I am Greg. It is Wednesday. Friday has nothing to do with it. Welcome back. Welcome in. We have a regular guest that non-Patreon subscribers have never heard of. Sam Evans. He is here. He's been on so many great Patreon episodes. Sam, before we get started, we got to do your album, Sucking in Baby's Titties. What's it called? Baby titty sucking?
You nailed it. It's called Baby Titty Sucking.
Sucking baby titties, right?
It's called Sweet Baby Boy.
Let's say it at the same time.
Sweet Baby Boy.
Nice. I think our mics are a little redlining because our producer should stick his head in a blender. No big deal. I can't confirm or deny that. I just like to. I am wild right now. I'm wild in the jar. The jar is full.
I texted you before we started this. I said, do you need me to pick you up a coffee? And you just sent me a video of you guzzling coffee and going, ah. And I was like, it's going to be a day.
Yeah. Well, I went to the coffee shop today, and every 9 coffees, you get a free. But if you get a free, I can't get a small.
Yeah.
But I can't drink a large.
Yeah.
Because it gives me palpitations.
Sure.
But so it's cheap versus drugs.
Sure.
And I go drugs every
Are you
time.
having palpitations right now?
Many.
Oh,
my heart is going. I'm loving it. That is my heart right now is doing the McDonald's speech. Quickly, I want to get into this invention. Oh, before we get into that, let me tell you this. If you're listening to this, if you love the comedy ramblings of me and my rotating probationary co-hosts, Sam Evans, Sarah Tolamash, Steve Rogers,
Mike Rowland,
Mike Vecchione, you want to get on that Patreon. The Patreon is sweet to the touch, brother.
Yeah.
We had a live concert last month that we performed at Night Cream, my band Night Cream.
That's right. I'm a fan.
Dude, I sent you the music video, right?
You sent me a cut of the music video.
We're dropping a music video in 2 weeks. I should not have told you people that. It was supposed to be a secret drop.
No, it's okay. Build the momentum. Build the fire.
Dude, it's wild.
I did see an extended cut of the Night Cream music video. It's fantastic.
Oh,
it's
man.
Really, really good.
So Night Cream did a full hour and 5 minute improvised music set. That is on the Patreon that you can get. Also, we got a couple this month. Sarah's going to come on. We're going to read her sketches. Last month we had a delay. Sarah wanted to do it, but I can't say it. Big things happened for old Sarah T.
Hey,
so she had to push back. That's okay. We're going to do it this month, or we'll do something else today. This month, lots of fun episodes. Get on there now and donate your life away. With every life, I grow stronger. You lose your soul, but I get 5 pounds heavier. So come do it. Come do it. Also, there's so much lubricant. I tried to masturbate with lubricant a minute ago, and that thing fell, and that thing sprayed everything, and now my whole room is slippery.
Do you use lubricant when you masturbate regularly?
Only when I'm using these things I use.
What are the things?
If I'm going hand, no. When I'm going,
you throw a condom on. Sometimes people throw a condom on.
Sometimes I throw a condom on.
Sure, yeah.
I'll throw a condom on if I don't feel cool and clean up.
Sure.
But then you got to clean up your penis.
Yeah.
And then my wife thinks I cheated on her.
Yeah.
Because I walk in and she smells she's like a bloodhound with my dick. I walk in, she's like, so you know how they used to have Dalmatians used to find fires?
Sure.
I put a condom on in South Jersey, and my wife started walking down the street. She's on the goddamn walking through the Holland Tunnel, sniffing that condom,
holding up traffic.
And she got all the way to South Jersey, and she was like, I knew you were trying to put a rubber on. And I was like, I'm just jerking off. And she was like, you know that I can smell this. If I use one of these, because ultimate pleasure. I've discussed this. Ultimate pleasure on my birthday. I do a thing where I masturbate a new way. This year I had bought this.
I didn't know this. Have we never talked about this?
Oh, this is a thing I think everyone needs to do on June 19th, Juneteenth. This is how we celebrate Juneteenth. It's the Greg Ultimate Pleasure Day. June 19th is my birthday, and every year I try to masturbate to something I haven't masturbated to before, or try something new sexually with myself. It's a me day.
Yeah,
that I've never done before. That's how I got stuff in my butt. That's how I got into some trans women.
Sure.
This year, I just went on Amazon and I bought myself this. It was like a boobs and vagina body thing.
Really?
Oh, and if it isn't the greatest thing I ever purchased in my life, This thing, the rubber on this thing is running thin like an old NASCAR driver's tires. Yeah, man, we're blasting through
like an old NASCAR driver's tires. Wow.
Yeah, so this thing is wow.
That brings up a great point. What if you had a jerk off pit crew? You just come out of the bathroom sweaty. People are toweling you off. They're like, squirt his hand. You got more lube.
Yeah, so I got this thing, and I'll put some lube on that. You need that.
Sure. Yeah, you don't want to fuck dry rubber.
No, you just can't physically.
Yeah.
It's like trying to slide your hand in between two bricks.
Uh-huh.
You ever try to stick your hand in between two bricks? Like if your wife is stuck in a building that's on fire and you just have to put your hand in those bricks, just like hold my hand until you go. And
I thought you meant like I'm gonna try to rip open this brick wall, but you're just like, no, you're dead.
No,
you're already gone.
I've reached the maximum of my strength.
I can't save you,
and there's nothing we can do except be with each other.
But I can hold you as you fricassee.
Right, fricassee into the clear clouds, and Saint Gabriel will say hello to her, and he says, "Don't worry, Greg, I've got it from here.
I've got her."
And I go, "But she wasn't even Catholic." And he goes, "Yeah, none of this is real. None of this matters.
I'm made up.
I'm made up. I'm made up in this fantasy. You're just talking about a fantasy.
I'm mostly here to make you feel better."
Old Dr. Fricassee. What is fricassee? Anyway, so yeah, I always compare masturbating without lube to holding your wife's hand as she slowly passes into the underworld. So I got lube and I tried to put it on that thing, and then the thing fell and it got everywhere, and now my whole room is greasy. I clean up. It's
clean up a lot.
I clean up a lot, and it's mostly on the bins because that's where I do all my fucking. It's on the bin section.
Sure.
But yeah. Why are we talking about that? Why did I tell you something why did I tell the world something I didn't want the world to know?
You got on your birthday, June 19th. Every year we do
Ultimate Pleasure
Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And everyone should do it.
Yeah.
Just it's a day of sexual adventure.
I'm gonna start doing it.
I think so.
Yeah.
We had a year to prep for next year.
Yeah.
Start thinking about it now. What are you doing next year that you wouldn't do? And it should be something you're scared of, right? If you're like, I know I'm not gay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So this year, you got to try to jerk off to gay porn.
Oh, sure.
And you don't have to do it, but it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's like trying a new meal just to try it. You go to dinner and you might not like their style of meatloaf.
Yeah.
So do it. Go further than you've gone before. And you may not be for you.
Yeah.
But that's not what this is about.
Yeah. It's for everybody.
This is about going into the darkness, into the rooms you have never been before. That's Juneteenth, ladies and gentlemen. I hope black people also get into this. Mike.
Oh, you were the reason you got into it is you were explaining why there was lube in your room.
Right. So that's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
Well, that's not why there's lube in my room. That's why there's lube all over my room. Because I tried to fuck this thing.
Normally there's lube in my room.
There's always
now
lube.
There's lube everywhere in my room.
I want to create a machine that heats lube.
Oh yeah.
I like a heated lube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every time you put on lube, there's like a hand rub where it's like let's heat this lube up a little bit. You know?
Right.
You ever put on the shock of cold lube on your penis? It doesn't take you out of it, but you are like, huh.
It's like jumping in a pool.
Yeah, we all know the shock of cold lube on the penis.
It's like fucking the cold hand of death. And you don't want to have that kind of sexual event. Maybe you do. Maybe one Juneteenth you say, I want to fuck the cold hand of death.
Yeah.
Don't do Juneteenth, although does not support non-consensual and dead bodies.
Of course.
Dead bodies is a thing.
What
Because it depends on what the soul is.
What if somebody gave the
Whoa,
you
Mike
shut
just
the
pulled
fuck
this
up,
up.
Mike.
What
Look
is
at this.
Mike, how much is that? That is Mike pulled up
I'm assuming a heated lubricant
machine.
dispenser. Is that correct, Mike?
Yes. Apparently there's several types. This one looked like the coolest.
God.
What I want, and you could see you put your hand under it and it drops lube. I want to fill that whole thing with cum. So when my wife wants to have another kid, she doesn't have to come to me. She can just go to the lube thing, grab some cum.
It's a heated cum dispenser.
It's a heated cum dispenser.
It's a heated Greg baby maker.
I want to do that one.
You should not heat your cum if it's for that. You should get a cum chiller.
Oh, cum chiller. Oh, right.
Why?
Because to store cum long term, you want to chill it. Like when you donate sperm and you're like going to do in vitro, they put it on it. They chill it.
If you want a pussy baby, if you want a rock hard killer cool kid,
a fiery creature of the night.
yeah. If you're trying to raise Surtur,
Yeah.
the inevitable, you got to get a hot cum machine.
Yeah. That's true. Have we in vitro fertilization tried boiling the cum
Right.
beforehand?
I always think about that. I always say this. I always think about that one doctor who came up with suppositories.
Sure.
He came in with a leather jacket.
Yeah.
And he went, I got a new way. You Tylenol not fast enough? What if we go through the beehole?
Yeah.
And they went, you are crazy.
How much pushback do you think he got?
The whole table.
Yeah.
The whole table went, get him out of here. And they dragged him out in cuffs. And he was like, I'm telling you. And then the main guy who was like, fire him, ruin his life.
Yeah.
His daughter was sick with a fever.
Yeah.
And they tried everything.
They need it.
And they said, get me George Clooney. Because I imagine he's played by George Clooney.
And he's in cuffs in a cell.
He's in cuffs in a cell below the prison.
Yes.
Like it was illegal to even hold him.
Yes.
But he's in a dark hole with dirt crumbling around them.
Yeah.
And they go, he needs me now, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'll put me back. I won't help him.
He's like, tell him he knows what he has to do. And when he's ready, I'll be here. I'll be here.
Yeah. And then they shove a pill up a kid's ass and it saved his life. Dr. Dirty saved his life.
God, that'd be such a funny movie.
See, this is what bothers me. And I'm sorry if I'm going too fast.
Go.
These are the things that I find funny. And when I try to do a thing like that on stage, the crowd just looks at me and they say, what have I paid for? Shoo this man away.
Shoo this man.
Get out of me a sweep. And I just want to talk about the dirty doctor who's in a prison for trying to recommend a suppository.
Yeah.
This is why.
I think it's just a case of finding the perfect woman, finding the audience for you, right?
Right.
They're out there.
They're there.
You're going to hit them with that bit. One night, you're going to be like doing the regular set, and you're going to be like, what is it that you want? And it's going to be tickling at the back of your brain.
I know what you want.
Be like, I know what you want.
You want Dr. George Clooney suppository king.
And they're going to be like, get the fuck out of here. This guy's the best fucking comedian.
It should be noted I've never tried that on stage.
You better. That's next year's ultimate pleasure for Greg. It's just you doing that bit on stage.
You just stumbled upon one of the greatest American ideas.
What?
We do a day called a joke you shouldn't, like ultimate pleasure, but for jokes.
Oh, the joke you shouldn't tell.
The joke you shouldn't tell.
Yeah.
And that's what the show is.
Yeah.
You come and you go, this is the joke you shouldn't tell everyone who's coming in. Look, these jokes are the ones we shouldn't tell.
Yeah. These are the ones where we're like, I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I know it's bad because I've tried it before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's either boring or racist, or is harmful to the things that the Me Too movement has created. It's all the things you want to talk about. Like,
just wildly offensive on every dimension.
That's what the show would turn into immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah. That's what my fear would be, like every like Tom, Dick, and Harry on like a men's rights activist page. It's like, yeah, this is the greatest show. It's like, oh, it's not for you. It's not for you who craves this.
It's what you crave.
Yeah.
Racism. It's what you crave. That's a shirt. Write that down. Someone in the shirt business that should not happen. Thank you, essential workers. I just wanted to do that real quick to everyone out there who has been giving it their all. Giving it their all. So I want to get into my business, unless you have something to say. And I can't.
Did we not get into your business yet?
No. What time is it? 13 in? It took us 13 minutes to do an intro.
That's okay. That was the intro?
I guess.
Greg, that was the intro.
That was the intro.
Really quick, let's recap what was in the intro.
Tell me.
Ultimate Pleasure Day, a heated lube dispenser that you quickly pivoted and were like, well, that's got to be my heated cum dispenser.
Got to be hot cum to build a Surtur, the inevitable.
The Ultimate Pleasure Day for bits, doing racist and harmful to the Me Too movement bits, which you were immediately like, I don't know.
And a new t-shirt idea.
Yeah, and a new t-shirt idea.
Racism.
And then you were like, wow, what a good intro.
And Black Lives Matter, people. Get on it.
That's right.
This is why I don't know what is going on. It's just fire. Anyway, moving.
It's a coffee break.
It's the coffee.
Hit me with your business before you jump to another level.
This is the idea.
Okay.
We start going to funerals, right?
Okay.
People we don't know. And we offer people money for their dead family's screen names and usernames.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
If you're Danny Cha-Cha, every other Danny Cha-Cha, You know Danny Cha-Cha.
Here lies how much would you lose your mind if you were walking through a cemetery and it was just like, here lies Danny Cha-Cha, beloved husband, father. You'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
And right next to it, Danny Cha-Cha 6969. Danny Cha-Cha, one was already taken. I still think that names should be like screen names, and you only get you can't rename people.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to jump back into the business because I am sincerely interested in this. Can I really quick tell you the funniest name I've ever seen on a headstone, and Comedy's Carmen Legale can vouch for this. It was Lieutenant Colonel. Already starts there. Henry R. Asserson.
Wait, where did you see this?
It's in the cemetery next to Bushwick, Brooklyn. I can take you there. Lieutenant Colonel Henry R. Asserson.
Lieutenant Colonel.
We found it one day and we were like, this is the funniest name.
Asserson.
Yeah.
Son of an ass.
Yeah. Asserson.
An Asserser.
Yeah.
Asserson.
Yeah.
That's fun. We should dig him up.
Yeah, 100%.
Ask him if it's true.
Yeah. Come on, buddy. And he's like,
let me tell you this. Lieutenant Colonel, that guy was an asshole to somebody.
Yeah.
We could dig him up and give him a pile driver just for whoever's sake.
100%.
Whatever private new gay guy he beat up for thinking things were a little too sweet on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah, because this was, I think he lived like a couple hundred years ago. So the higher up in the military you were, the more bigoted you had to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If you can hire with your yeses, people will. Yes. So we go to funerals.
Yes.
We go to funerals.
Danny Cha-Cha dies.
Danny Cha-Cha dies.
Yeah.
We walk in there and we go, "Are you Mrs. Cha-Cha?" And she goes, "Yes." I go, "Here's a napkin. I'm so sorry for your loss. What I'm about to offer you, I want to make your pain a little less.
Yes.
Give me $50 for all his usernames.
$50.
No one else is buying them. As of right now, the market is dry. It's a buyer's market.
How high are you? I mean, maybe we shouldn't say this because people don't need to know. But how high are you willing to go for one man's screen names?
Well, so what I'm doing is I'm reading the paper to see who dies.
Okay.
And as soon as Danny Cha-Cha hit in the head with a frog or something, and it
probably classic Danny Cha-Cha way to go.
Yeah, it's just he's in a zoo and the frogs go crazy.
Yeah.
And he's dead, right? Then so Danny Cha-Cha, we see he's dead.
Yeah.
I reach out to all the other Danny Cha-Chas, and I go, "Hey, what's your screen name?" And they're like, "Danny Cha-Cha 252." I go, "Hey, brother," and I put my hand on their leg, and I go, "I know this is a time where we're not supposed to be touching each other, but this needs a little skin to skin. Are you ready to be Danny Cha-Cha 1? And they go, "Impossible.
Oh,
that guy's alive."
And
I go, "I can get you the original screen."
Yeah, not as of yesterday when a frog careened into his cranium.
It was a frozen frog that was being brought to Maine for frog legs.
Yes.
Right. And then someone was driving in a car at a very fast pace, and he threw it out the window,
launched it right
through the guy's head
into his dome.
Right.
Irony: Danny Cha-Cha loved frogs.
Irony. He was green.
Yeah.
Green. Well, he wore a lot of green as a respect to Kermit. So I think this is the move, right? We start buying dead people's usernames to pass them on to people who deserve them now because they are alive.
Yeah.
What rights do you have to usernames?
None.
When you're dead?
Yeah.
And how do they know?
Yeah.
When they just get it forever?
Yeah, that's not fair.
They should be passed down from son to son as well.
From son to son.
Right? Where do they go?
But you're saying that I'll step in and buy the rights so his son doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Because his son, as we all know, is Sammy Cha-Cha.
Sammy Cha-Cha. And I'll tell you this, he has no respect for his father, Danny Cha-Cha.
Yeah, they've warred for years.
For almost no reason.
Yeah.
It's just dumb shit that it builds over time.
That's sad.
You know what I mean? One lie.
Yeah.
And then you just all of a sudden, 10 years later, you don't even know your father anymore. And now he's dead and you're sad. And you can't even dare open up that AOL account.
Yeah. You're going to cry. You're going to see all of his AIM away messages that were all lyrics about how much he loved his son.
Yep.
It's just a bunch of Harry Chapin lyrics.
So that's the idea. And I thought that was going to take us well into the hour mark of the podcast. I think when something is just perfect, it just goes in smoothly. The intro took 15 minutes.
The business idea, 5.
Which I thought was the whole episode. I got other
other stuff?
ideas. Yeah.
I'm going to coast on this and tell you that I think it's a solid business model.
Mhm.
I think what we need is probably a little startup money from you, the listener.
Mhm.
If you want to get in on this,
Go to booksforretards.com. That's another failed business I have, and I don't want to buy a new website. So go there and start just dumping money in for this new screen name thing. Yeah, I was trying to do a book company for a long time. But I think it just sounded too harsh. But I love handicapped people, and I want to get them better books for themselves.
Okay.
Where all the superheroes are handicapped people.
Okay.
All of the things are handicapped. Booksforretards.com.
Sure.
And we're taking back the name. Not that name. The screen names. We're taking back the name as the other business.
Yeah, Danny Cha-Cha.
Danny Cha-Cha and Sammy Cha-Cha. So yeah, go to Books for Retards. Oh boy, this is going to get me. People just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. Okay? Who am I hurting?
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
How you doing? I went to the museum the other day.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
I like art.
Did you this divorce is really hard, huh? You're just you're just going. You're just going here. You're just trying to find yourself now.
Here with just fodder for this. Just a peek behind the curtain. Before the episode, he was like, "I got nothing." I was like, "Well, I went to the museum. I got some bits about it." So I throw that out there as a way to segue into
save the podcast.
I'm just throwing a bone, and your first reaction is, "This divorce is hitting your heart, isn't it?" It's not. First of all, it's not even a divorce. I'm not divorced. I've never been married, but you're like, God, he's not doing well.
Civil unions count, even if they don't count in New York.
Yeah, I wasn't ever civil unioned.
You'd have been living with her for more than 4 years.
Maybe I should call my ex-girlfriend.
Why?
Well, and be like, listen, this sympathy. It tastes pretty good.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Let's you and me, we get married. Okay.
Uh-huh.
We stay married for 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
Okay. And then you and I, we get divorced.
Right.
And it's rough. You take a lot of my stuff. You get a lot of my stuff. It's all it's junk.
Sure.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
Right.
I have no money, you know?
Mhm.
And then I just get to be divorced without the weight of a real divorce, you know?
Right.
Everybody's like, it's divorce, divorce. It's exponentially more sympathy.
Right.
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 That's what I think I want.
But I think divorce comes pity. With a breakup comes they feel bad.
But divorce is pity. Well, I think aren't they
I think
similar?
people pity. So when I see a divorced person,
Uh-huh.
I go, I pity you, and I go, you're worth nothing to me now. You are abused and loosed. Leave my face, because clearly someone threw you away, and I don't pick up garbage.
Okay, I gotta tell you, this sounds like the opposite of pity. This sounds like raw scorn. You go, I pity you, and I shan't touch you, you filth, you common street trash.
Look, they have taken victim blaming away from everything. They're not taking it away from divorce.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so it's the only thing I got left. So
Yeah.
when someone gets divorced, I go, what did you do? What did you do? I don't even have to know the woman. I go, how did you fuck this up?
Yeah. You blew
Sammy
it.
Cha-Cha.
Sammy Cha-Cha.
That's why him and his father don't talk anymore, because of the divorce. And Danny was like just trying to make it work, and Sammy was like, "You don't get it. Love isn't always good." But he didn't want to tell his dad how he was being abused and gaslit by his wife, Deborah the whore, who actually didn't cheat on him. She was actually pretty faithful, but she was a whore of the mind.
Yeah.
Is this too much?
I'm having fun.
This
with
thing
it.
on.
We're very free associating.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, stop it. All right. Can I tell you something right now?
Tell me.
I'm sick of this self-doubt. Okay.
Thanks.
If I have one criticism from you, a lot of self-doubt. I see you looking in the camera, judging your own face. I need you to stop that right now.
Dog.
What?
You read me like a book for a retard. That was right. That was right on. And I mean it. I love it. I love that you did. We rate those things very easy, because some of their disabilities are they can't see and they can't whatever. You read me right. You read me right. I'm sorry to anybody out there who may think this is a little too raw. No self-doubt. You're right. No self-doubt. Yesterday I went into a giant pit of depression.
Yeah. Sure.
Because I put I'm the G-Man's working on
You're stretched a little thin.
and so nothing has been great.
Okay.
Everything's been medium.
Yeah.
My sets have been medium.
Sure.
I feel as though the podcast may have been a little bit less than it should have been as far as, and I feel as though, and everything everything is so took some things off my plate. Unfortunately, some of the people that I'm doing those things with do not know yet, but they're gonna be like, "Hey man, sorry, you got cut from the team. Can't do Thursday night."
It's okay.
Thursday night dinner.
I think that's an important thing if we're talking about self-care, if we're talking about self-preservation.
Yep.
You want to do good quality work?
Gotta get back in the mix.
Take a step back.
Right.
Consolidate.
I need this podcast to be the best thing because I love it. Like, this is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun to me.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you work because I have this kid coming, so I'm like trying to get it all in.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't get 40 years of work. It's like I waited 40 years to do all of the things I wanted to do.
Sure.
And as soon as Tita was like, "Well, baby's coming," I went, "I should have started earlier on all of this." And so now I'm getting it all done, and I'm not getting it, but I'm let's pivot. Let's look into I got to pivot out of this, but I feel great. You know what it was? I just put on. See, it's so sad because when I get depressed, I just put on a little rock and roll music.
Sure.
And then I feel good. And I want to tell people who are depressed, you don't have just put on a little rock and roll music.
Do you want to put on a little rock and roll music right now?
No.
You probably don't have licensure to do it.
Yeah, and people who are depressed say rock and roll music doesn't work, and I go, "But it works." And they go, "Maybe you don't have depression."
You're like, "No, I have depression."
This is depression.
You're like, "I'm certified case of the boogie woogie blues." and they're like, "Yeah, Greg, it sounds like you're just a little sad." And you're like, "No, sir."
I wrote all these things down for us to do, but all of them are you and Sarah together because I thought Sarah was coming today.
Oh, okay.
And I did not ask her to come today.
That's all right.
So
do you want me to play Sarah?
Well, yeah, it was
myself?
a game show. I was gonna pit you and Sarah against each other in the ultimate co-host showdown.
Okay.
And I was gonna ask you questions.
Ooh.
But Sarah's not here. So maybe she just forfeits.
You know what? I was with Steve Rogers. I should have told him to come.
I would love that you just show up on my podcast with "Hey, guy, another guest."
Well, yeah, but it's a guy that I know you like.
I do love, but my problem is, I have enough mics. Yeah, that'd be good.
You did.
I do. Steve is. Let's see what this says here. Game show Sarah versus Sam. Oh, I was gonna have a bit where you do Sarah's internal monologue. This is like I was gonna do some real Drew Carey.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? What was the name of that show?
Whose line is it anyway?
Whose line is it anyway?
Really quick, you thought that Whose Line Is It Anyway was called Why Did You Do That?
Because every time you watch that show, you go, "Why did he do that? Why did any of them do any of that?" It's all crazy.
It actually isn't. Yeah, it's not the worst name for that show.
Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
That was never asked, and never did I ever wonder whose line was it.
It's pretty clearly understood. There are no lines.
There are no lines.
It's made up.
And it's anybody's go time.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'm 100% behind this. I'm sorry for laughing initially. It's a much better name.
Why did you do that?
Because anytime somebody's laughing, they go, "Why did you do that?"
Yeah. Why did you do that? It's that. And for it's also a show for divorced dads.
Yeah.
Right? Because then the wife goes, "Why did you do that? Get out of my house."
That's like Family Feud shouldn't be called Family Feud. It should be like, "There's no way that's right, you fucking idiot." That's the name of the feud. Because that's...
I wish Family Feud was a real Family Feud.
Can I tell you?
Tell me, Dimelo.
Okay. The Family Feud, hosting the Family Feud is my ultimate dream job in comedy.
Really?
I think it's so fucking fun.
Yeah.
I think Steve Harvey's great. He's a good but like, I can do that job. I can 100% wait for somebody to say a ridiculous answer and just be like, mean mug the camera and just have fun shitting on how dumb it's so fun.
First, of course, you do that and you do an excellent job.
Thank you.
Anyone.
Yeah.
It's like that's anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Anyone. And I think they set them up. I think a lot of those, they go, "What's a thing a woman puts in their vagina?" And someone goes, "Penis?" And they go, "What? Yo, this is a family show."
I can't believe he said penis, even though that's the only logical thing he could say.
The number one answer is cream. And it's like, cream? What cream? What cream? It's penis. It's penis. It's always penis.
always penis.
It's always penis.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn rig. Now that I'm in the show business industry, you can see the things that are rigged.
Oh, 100%.
You go, this is a Johnny rig if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Steve's in there and he goes, they're like, hey, what's 5 colors for a toaster? And Steve goes, no. Give me 10 words that rhyme with Oobys. And then one poor schmuck goes, yeah, boobies. And he goes, no, it's Mr. Magooby. Who's think it's a family show? It's a family show. Come on, Steve.
Give me 10 words that rhyme with Oobys.
It's a fix up, man. It's a fix up.
Yeah. I bet he just has hard days at work. Steve Harvey makes a lot of money. I
Right.
bet he just palms hundreds to everybody and he's like, hey, what are you got 2 masters? Well, today you're gonna be a fucking moron. Okay. Because I'm having a long day at work. I need you to act like the dumbest person on the show ever.
Yeah, that's like a goddamn. It's a fix up. Now, I honestly think I think that they should do a Family Feud show that's a real Family Feud,
Yes.
which is pretty much a divorce court behind the scenes show.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like domestic violence. No, I don't want to do that joke. I went down the wrong street. We could, but I was like, I don't want to go down that street right now.
Sure.
That was
I
an
understand.
easy answer.
Yeah.
That was an easy answer.
But you're saying that Family Feud
Yes.
should be real really
Family Feuds.
a lot of the cases you see on Judge Judy should be Family Feud.
Yes.
My son stopped paying rent. He's 36. Family
Feud.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Judge Judy's on there and she goes, give me 5 words that rhyme with Oobys. Again, don't say Magoobies. Is there any words that rhyme with Oobys?
Oobys, rubies.
Rubies.
But then after
You should have been a
rubies,
rapper. Right.
I should
Doobies.
doobies,
Smoke a doob.
rubies. You could say like loobies.
I was thinking loopies. Yeah. Loopies.
That's a soft rhyme. Yeah.
Loopy?
Yeah.
What's a soft rhyme?
A soft rhyme is like it ends right. You're looking for things that rhyme in oobies.
Right.
But then if you have something that rhymes in oopies, it still kind of works,
Right.
even though it's not exactly the same consonant sound. So
If-
it's a soft rhyme.
I say this. If it rhymes, it rhymes.
Yeah.
It's yes or no
Yeah.
to me in my rapping world.
You know what I say? I say
What?
if it rhymes, you've got dimes.
And if you got dimes,
That's why I'm a rapper.
we gonna pass the times. Can we write
A rap really quick?
a rap really quick? Let's come up with a topic.
Can I tell you,
Right.
the last time that I was on the Rad Dudecast,
Uh-huh.
you guys made me freestyle rap, and I have never walked out of a room more questioning myself or my abilities in comedy.
Why?
Do you not remember that episode?
Zero recollection. I don't even remember you coming here today.
Anthony was doing T.I. as a character. You would freestyle rap. You did great.
Mhm.
And then I would very nervously freestyle rap. And Anthony was like, man, that's great, Craig. You're going to the top. And then I would. And as T.I., he'd be like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. And it was so funny. Truly made me question myself.
Well, it's because that's what we do. We try to make people's feelings not work anymore. We'd like to hurt people, our friends. I got to get a new set of headphones and another mic stand. I think it's time I just commit to the other $15 mic
I
stand.
think I have a mic stand that you can have and a bar one like this.
Really?
Yeah.
This one is just very cheap.
Yeah.
And I mean cheap, I mean it's flimsy. Dude, I don't think people notice, but you can go back to podcasts, and I don't usually make reference to it. I would say 15 out of 20 episodes, that thing falls away, and you just see me going, yeah, and I'm just picking it off the ground and screwing it back in. Many times. I should have did it comedically. Well, we could. I don't want to freestyle rap right now, if that's okay, because I get embarrassed of my. All I want to do is write songs, and I can't. I have to improvise them.
Oh, well, that is kind of writing songs.
But I have to do with the. I can't. I wanted to sit and write and go. My heart is big. Damn, girl, you look like a fig. Like that's not good. Like I want to write something beautiful so that I can leave something to my children.
That's in the form of song.
In the form of song and I have these rollerblades, but I don't even know how big his foot is going to be.
I think would be really fun.
What?
And I wish that we had thought of this beforehand. Is
What?
if we both came.
Mm-hmm.
How about this is a good idea for next time that you and I do this.
Mhm.
We are
Well, we're right here now.
we should write lullabies
Oh.
to your child.
Wow.
That's a good idea.
Why don't you write that down?
Like why don't I write
Let's
it?
try. Let's try to write a lullaby.
Okay.
We're here.
Yeah,
Put your foot up for
because
this.
this is salient for you right now.
Right. Well, what's the key elements of a lullaby?
It's you're trying to get them to go to sleep.
Uh-huh.
You're trying to comfort them.
Uh-huh.
If there's crying, you're like Don't cry.
Mhm.
It's okay. Daddy's here.
Mhm.
Rest your tiny head.
And there's always a veiled threat too. It's always like, rockabye baby, or the tree's gonna fall and you will fall to your death.
That's true.
They always
Yeah.
have like,
Yeah.
this song is about going to sleep, but it's also about the great massacre of the English. It's like about Jack the Ripper, and you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it was like,
Yeah.
we all fall down. That was like about the plague.
Ashes, we all fall down.
Right.
Yeah, that is about the plague. Okay, so
I got it.
So there's a veiled reference to either death, injury, or a massive plague or scourge on humanity.
Okay, so we go, dear little baby, sleep in your home, sleep like a gnome. Goddamn Cuomo killed all the children in the nursing home. That's 2 on the nose. That was 2 on the nose.
I think that's pretty good. Dear little baby, sleep like a gnome. Cuomo killed all the folks in the nursing home.
In the old age homes. Pet your head, little tiny baby. The shot didn't work. You'll never join the Navy. That didn't. We went a little left there.
Went a little left.
I'm trying to get. We got to do it. We need to get the COVID-19
Yeah, in it, because that's clearly the most
lullaby.
obvious scourge
right, and
of
that's what
our
we're living through.
current time.
Right. Hush, little baby, sleep like the dead. You'll never meet your family because of what the president said. That kind of works.
Don't get the vaccine. It's not safe. Lay your little head down. Don't be gay. We just find out you're...
Sleep in the car as we drive through Maine. The chip in the vaccine will make you insane. Okay, so I think we got something there.
Yeah.
What other lullabies can we do?
Lullaby?
Is that what they're called? Lullaby? What do you say?
Lullaby.
Lull?
Yeah.
No, lolly, like a lollipop.
Lolly?
Yeah, lullaby.
I think it's because you're lulling them to sleep.
Lurabies. You're luring them.
It's a pedophile's lullaby.
You're luring them.
Let me sing you a lullaby.
Lure them into the van. This is my time. Get on the street and listen to me rhyme. I'm the pedo rapper. I'm a rapper insane. Pedo rapper.
I rap about being a pedophile.
That was always something that was funny to me, is that like rappers were always allowed to rap about like murder and drugs. But I would love that there was like one pedophile who was like, yeah, I'm gonna get in the rap. Like my people are here, you know, breaking laws. They're into me.
I'm sorry, man. I thought we were rapping about illegal stuff. Yeah, my name is Jim and I'm really hot. I think your kids are also hot. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm coming insane, coming through the dark. I'm watching your kid. You better look out when it's dark. I'm grabbing him. I'm throwing him in a car. I'm grabbing him. I'm throwing him in a car. I got glasses and sweaty faces and crazy eyes. When the devil takes me over, I like someone in a small size. Yeah, I mean, thank God, I guess, that the rapper community didn't take pedophiles in.
Yeah.
Well, they did.
Well, yeah.
They did.
What's that? Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, I don't know about him. I was talking about R. Kelly.
Oh, that's right.
Everyone.
Well, R&B, but he, straddles that line. Yeah.
I caught myself, and thank God yes. Yes. It's yes.
Yeah.
Yes. R. Kelly, man, that guy had a goddamn voice.
Sure.
And that guy is the ultimate. This is what makes me believe in God. R. Kelly, because clearly that man made a deal with the devil.
Oh, sure.
And they went, you're going to have the voice of an angel
yeah,
and the mind of the devil.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sure.
That is the ultimate Twilight Zone episode, what happened to him. It's not when people say word of wine that makes me believe in God.
Sure.
It's this is a radio message to my baby. When you hear that song, you go, God damn, this man is coming from heaven. And you go, no, the devil made him this.
He's not. Yeah.
The devil took him.
It's like Prometheus stole fire from the gods. R. Kelly.
He did. What's
stole
the story
that
of
voice
Prometheus?
from the devil. He stole fire from the gods and was tortured forever for doing it. So R. Kelly stole his voice from the devil. And the devil was like, I'm going to make you a fucking pedophile.
Yeah. And yes.
And he was
God.
like, it's a remix to Ignition. I'm a pedophile.
We're gonna get on a boat and go fishing. That's not a lot of fishing rap either. Rap really doesn't cover a lot of ground.
Sure, there's a lot of topics that you'd like to see.
Most topics.
Yeah.
They don't cover fishing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't cover furniture making.
Yeah.
They don't cover the military.
Sure.
Any military rap songs?
It's kind of similar to country in that regard, right? It's just like shit you like. Both the genres of music are like, I like this kind of woman.
Mm-hmm.
I like this kind of car.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
What would you rap about?
What would I rap about?
Probably your divorce.
I again want to reiterate, I'm not divorced. I was never married. What would you probably divorced? Wouldn't that would be really funny. Has there ever been a rap song about a divorce? That'd be so funny.
The divorce rap.
Yeah. I'm divorced. It fucking sucks. She took my house. She took my fucking truck.
Yeah, I can try to come up with one. I love it. I love her. I love it. I love her. I wanna be damn with her. I wanna spend time with her. But she left. She left in my car. She took my kid. She drove very far. It's a bunch of shit that I want to touch. She took all my shit, including one crutch. I'm walking without a leg on my legless divorce man. I think that's a good rap song. This is what I do when no one's here.
Yeah.
Everything you're seeing is what happens. You leave and I just sit here and I go, filling my body with semen, talking to friends like they're here, singing some songs by myself in a big room covered in lubricant. Wish I had a couple of clothes to sell to someone, being clothes salesman. Bafangool. This is exactly what I do, and I'm a little embarrassed that you just saw the inner workings. That was truly what I do by myself.
Really quick, let me ask you something. You're Italian. That
No.
last thing that you said.
Yeah?
Bafangool?
Bafangool.
What is that?
Maybe fuck you.
Is it just like, but it's like an Italian thing?
Yeah, and they even say, like, I don't even think.
I think I heard it in Sopranos. Right?
Bafangool, yeah. So fungool is not just a ghost looking a party. A fungool. Sorry. New Jersey Italians, what's great about them is they took the Italian language and raped it. And they've taken words that were like gabagool, capricole is the meat.
Gabagool.
But New Jersey Italians
Gabagool.
go gabagool. What the who? And they act like that's Italian. That's not. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I think vafangool is it? I think it's fuck you. Hey Mike, look up
Managal.
vafangool.
And manicotti is
Marron.
managat.
Managat. Mozzarella. That's why. Well, the way I look at Italian is I kind of look at it the way, because I also grew up in an area that was a little ghetto. You know what I mean?
Sure.
What we used to do there is you just say anything and make it a word, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like I knew a guy who came to me once. I remember he was like, "Yo, man, you got a kuh?" And I went, "What?" And he was like, "A kuh," and he was trying to say car, but he was trying a new thing.
Was doing a new thing with
a new thing.
A kuh?
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know what that.
Hey, line up. Where you go? How to say "fuck you" in Italian? Including fotore.
Bafangool.
Where do you? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, vaffanculo, baccaganze, maragon.
Yeah.
Maragon.
But you say it
Maragon?
how? Bafangool.
I say bafangool because I don't care.
Yeah.
And I like to make it my own. And that's why I say like Italians do the same thing. We try new shit.
Yeah.
You know, they go, he's a real gubo.
Buca de Beppo.
Look at
this fucking
Buca de Beppo. Yeah. Oh man, my face is so sweaty. I forgot what we were talking about.
Italian. Oh, kuh. You got a kuh?
You got a kuh? Yeah, they would just try new things, and like everyone would try to get new words to take off.
Yeah.
You know, I swear to God, I knew the guy who started the word whip.
Whip.
Like, yo, let's get in the whip. I swear to God, I was watching him. He was like, yo, we should. I was whipping that shit around a corner. You're whipping around a corner. He's like, yeah, man, let's get in the whip. And I went, whoa, that might be something. And now cars, calling a car a whip.
Yeah.
That's it. That happened. That took off. I'm pretty sure that was this guy Santos.
Did you find him? Did you say, hey?
That guy's dead. Most of the people in the ghetto don't make it. Some will.
That's a really good point.
A lot won't.
How many people that are now dead started like a giant chunk of the language we use now?
And have screen names we're not making money off of. You know,
Cha-cha.
this whole thing is callbacks. I know. I don't know. I think it's like now a lot of them will die, but a lot of them also will just become, pipe fitters and big pipe fitters union in the ghetto.
Really?
Yeah, and they kind of forget about making new words because they like fitting pipes.
Fitter? Is that plumbing, or is it different?
I just said anything, dude.
Oh, okay.
Most of this is just,
but it's definitely a thing.
Nonsense.
Pipe fitters.
Yeah,
like
I think they fit. You get a pipe and you go, I want to know. You can't just go to the store with a number.
Yeah.
You got to get a guy to come over and he eyeballs it and he goes, that's a 3-0. And he brings you a 3-0 and he gets it in there.
Maybe it's like giant pipes, like shit pipes.
Ship pipes?
Yeah.
No pipes and ships.
No, shit pipes.
Shit
like
pipes.
for a sewer system, right?
Oh, what is a pipe fitter? Thanks, Mike. A pipe fitter, also known as a steam fitter. Whoa. You can't fit steam into something? That's oxygen. Is a trade person trained in organizing, assembling, creating, and maintaining mechanical piping systems that must withstand high pressure.
Oh, so it's for like boiler systems and yeah.
See, they're saying this. These types of systems are usually industrial. I still think what I said is true. I still think a pipe fitter walks in the room and he goes, that's a 3.0.
Yeah.
That's a 3.1.
And they go, how do you know? And he's like, I've been pipe fitting for 50 years.
You don't bring pipes every day of your life somewhere and not be able to just go, that's a 6.5. Easy.
That's a 6.5. I know.
Right. I used to be into the pipe business because I was into rollerblading. And so you'd go to Home Depot and you'd buy pipes and you'd build little rails to skate on.
Really?
Yeah.
That's, I actually have something of a rollerblader myself because I can look and be like, that's a half pipe.
Right. Pipe fitters make half pipes.
Yeah.
Half pipes. Yeah. Did you rollerblade?
No. I was what you call a poser. Had a skateboard.
Oh, yeah.
Never made that in my garage.
Can you ride a skateboard?
No.
You just had a skateboard.
I would stay in my garage and I spent maybe a couple weeks trying to ollie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, I can just wear Jenkos with like a long belt that hangs down. I don't have to hurt myself.
They never checked your skateboard when you went to Zoomies.
Really?
Yeah. Like they weren't like, hey, you want to buy some Jenkos? Show us the rollerblades.
Yeah.
Show us the snowboard.
You want to buy the little flame head t-shirt?
You can just
do a kickflip.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know how many skateboarders I used to hang out with that would just carry a skateboard around? Yeah. They would never do tricks. They would just sit on the steps and smoke cigarettes. And then they would tell people, I'm a skater.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can barely ollie.
Yeah.
And then me, I'd be going like, I took it very seriously.
Sure.
Did I ever tell you I learned how to skateboard to prove people? So I would rollerblade and I was nasty.
Yeah.
And we had some skateboarders who were like, you fucking rollerblader, fruit boot. And I went, you can't even skateboard.
And then you would skate better than them.
And then I went, and he goes, rollerblading is just easy. And I went, give me your skateboard. And I took like 6 months and I worked my ass off and became better skateboarders than the fucking posers.
Really?
Yeah, because I love skating and it was fun and I love skateboarding, but I was more of a rollerblader. I just enjoyed it more because I lived in the ghetto and they would steal everything you had and they couldn't steal your rollerblades.
You get it on your feet. Yeah.
Yeah. They needed to be like, yo, what size are you? Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's funny that you're like, you're not a skater. And it's like, they absolutely aren't a skater because what you're describing is like, oh, I'm a skater. It's like, no, you're a smoker who holds stuff.
Yeah. So you're a smoker.
Yeah.
You just came here to smoke. Sit on some steps.
Yeah.
They should have had smoke crews.
Yeah.
You go places and you sit in front of them and you smoke.
Yeah. You should have been like, you should dress like the Marlboro Man.
That's
you're
funny.
A smoker. Yeah.
They come in cowboy outfits.
Yeah.
And we're at horses. I wish horses were still around.
Me too. My friend told me this thing once about how they used to have early days of New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they used to have like trolleys coming through, like hand carts and stuff, like shipments, right?
Right.
And there was a period early on in New York, pre-cars or like beginning of cars, they would hire cowboys from out west. And these cowboys are sort of like corralling people out of the way. So there's a very brief period in New York history where just cowboys are galloping down 8th Avenue and they're like, yeah!
To get people out of the way.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what I told. I have zero way to fact check that or clarify that, but that is what I was told.
Not everything needs to be true.
That's right. And honestly, if that's a lie, what a good lie I just gave you.
Great.
That you could probably repeat at a party and everybody's going to be like, wow, that's great.
Except some cowboy walks in and goes, that's not exactly how it went down.
That ain't it, partner.
That ain't it. Now, my producer's telling me that you've been recently going to museums. What's happening at these museums?
I hate that you circle. No, can I tell you?
I want to get in the museum business.
Okay, this is honestly, and I wrote this. I am trying to figure this out as a bit, but do you ever go to a museum?
Yeah, I love museums.
And I like them too. I don't like when you're at a museum and it happens at an art museum or a history museum. There's just like 40 rooms that are just cups. It makes me angry.
What do you mean cups?
I mean cups. Like
just cups?
If you go to the Met
Uh-huh.
in New York, it's a fancy art museum.
Right.
A lot of good paintings, a lot
Uh-huh.
of good sculptures, but there are multiple rooms.
Art cups or for you drinking cups?
Well, it's there's designs on them, but it's not that interesting to
Like
me.
Incan, like, oh, this is the Mayans cup.
The whole spectrum. There's like Incan, Egyptian, right?
Right.
But then they take it through like 18th century, and you're like, this is just like a cup that's probably in the back of my grandma's house. You know what I mean? It's rooms full of that. Where you're
They
like,
love cups.
yeah, but I'm over it, and I find
It's
it
a
unacceptable.
very boring thing.
Yeah,
Toys, maybe. Show me some toys.
yeah.
I like to see prosthetic legs and shit. Like, this is how they
Show me that.
Show me stuff on how they figured out problems, because they figured out cups day one,
Yes, that's the thing.
and they have not changed.
Cups haven't changed that much. That's exactly my point.
Right?
Right. I've seen a cup, Doug.
Yeah, I've seen it. I got a cup,
Yeah.
and it's just like this one.
Yeah.
But isn't that exciting?
Hmm.
No.
No.
Just when you walk in the museum, someone go, "Hey man, just to let you know, cups are all the same. We're not putting any cups out there, but if you're wondering about cups,
Yeah.
it's the same shit."
Yeah. Go home and take a cup out of your cupboard. It's like that, but like different materials.
Right.
Sometimes they painted a cat on it because they thought that cats were God.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the time I miss.
Yeah.
When they would go, cat's a god.
Cat's a
You know, like right now we're like, God, we go, God is perfect.
Mhm.
God is all good.
Yeah.
God knows everything. That is
Yeah.
an impossible thing
Yeah.
to live up to. But if you're like, God is a cat, and then someone goes, really? Then why is there childhood cancer? And you go, because the cat made this.
Yeah. God just threw up for no
Yeah.
reason.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
a goddamn cat.
God's licking his asshole right now.
A fallible God makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
And even more sense than that, a cat. Where's Jesus? He doesn't show up. God, he should show up every week. Now he's not here.
Yeah.
Cats?
Uh-huh.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Checking in on things, being like, man, really fucked that one up.
I
Wish I
know-
was more than a cat.
I know that this is a common theme for us.
Right.
We always go back to like God and
All
deep
I ever want to talk
discussions.
about is God and religion.
But you just touched on something that I think I like so much more, which is like a God that fucks up is not only like it makes me like, okay, maybe I would believe
Yes.
in that, but also it makes me like him more.
Yes.
It's like, why do you allow evil for the world? It's like, I fucked up.
I fucked
Oh
up.
shit.
Who turned the evil off today? Remember that joke?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I forgot to turn the evil off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, yeah, he's like, oh, I thought it'd be like funny. And
Right.
we're like, no. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
What if that is like God's like, oh, I put evil in because I thought it'd be like hilarious. And we're like, God, the Holocaust was like bad.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck, I didn't even think about
It was a
that.
bit.
Yeah.
It was a bit. It was a bit, man. And he took it too far.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If you think about too, like what gets me is that this idea of I don't know if you can see when I had an idea and I lost it, so I'm just saying enough words to get back to it. Fallible God. Oh, right. Everything we know, anyone who ever creates anything,
Uh-huh.
you create that thing to help you or to do something better. So the idea that God would create something less than himself is almost selfish and shitty.
Yeah.
So God was like, I'm God. I can create anything. I'm the ultimate. Let me make some dummies to walk around and watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I think that he made us better than him. I think God might be a cat.
Oh.
God made, because we created AI and robots.
Sure.
They will one day surpass us.
Oh.
Why don't you? I think that makes more sense that humans have already surpassed God.
Do you think that God is walking around right now seeing that we're getting better than him? And he's
Jealous.
like, I'm way in over my head. They're like, do you have the answers? And he's like, honestly, you guys are like kind of smarter than me right now.
We get
And it's freaking me out.
We get to heaven. He's just like, da. Here's the color room. Go in there and color.
God's
And,
an
you know,
idiot.
Oh, this is the cream room. Go in there and put cream in your face. It is wet. You're like, what? You're God? Yeah, I made you because I don't know.
I love you, but you're bad.
It makes a way more sense.
Yeah.
God, of course. Also, like maybe God, the only thing I could get to is they go, God is so when we get into the religion thing is I love to go. Also, it's so funny because I wrote down in our docket, why should we care about humans more than animals? Why does consciousness matter?
Oh, sure.
Right. And I said,
Yeah.
no, we're not going to get into that because I feel like I always go into religion. I always go into this
you
stuff.
and I always go into it, you know?
Right. So I didn't want to,
Yeah.
but here we are.
Baby,
We fell.
all roads lead to this.
It always leads back to the lies we're being told.
Sure.
And I was looking up paradoxes. Paradoxes make me laugh. Like
Sure.
that sentence was that paradox of like everything I say is a lie, right? So are you lying now? So if you're lying about the lie, then it's not a lie, but it's an impossible question to answer.
Sure. Yeah.
Love a paradox.
Love a paradox.
But God being, I think, so that's why death doesn't matter, right? People go like, God does all this good shit, but it's like, I don't know, man, if you're an infinity being, he doesn't give a shit about rape or murder or death because he knows you're going to heaven. So why would he care about that?
Yeah. Or you're going to hell. So
yeah. I don't know. I just think that God, I think that God probably made us to entertain him.
Yeah, I think so. Which if that's the case, it kind of sucks because it's like, hey man, life is very difficult. This is a real struggle, you know?
You want to read a script I wrote?
100%.
Do you have a phone?
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm going to read this. Don't tell anybody, but this is a TV show I'm working on. Want to just do, know what? Let's do it I don't want to put this on the free episode because I'm trying to turn it into a TV show. So let's do 15 minutes. We're almost done. We'll do a video after this and we'll put it on the page. Sorry, suckers.
Are you going to do more regular show after this, or is this going to be, or just an exit?
Oh, I was good. We'll do 5 more minutes of regular show, and then we'll do that. Is that's okay, Mike? No?
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds wonderful.
5 more minutes and then I'm going to read my script. I'm going to read this cartoon I wrote that is a kind of right up your alley.
Yeah.
I still have to do some editing and fix it.
Sure.
But we'll read that after if that's okay. Actually, we're kind of done now anyway. I think we kind of hit it here.
Yeah.
I think we kind of hit it here. I want to thank everyone for coming out. So this show is called Dave. I'll give you a little taste. I'll give you a little taste. So you guys got to give me 5 bananas. This is what I do. I fucking lure you. What I do is I'm a stripper, right? I come in and I touch your chest and you go, I need it. And then I go, come into the back room. It's only $5 a month. I would do a Patreon strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, for $5 a month, you get to have sex with a hooker.
Okay, really quick. That's not a Patreon strip club. that's a Patreon whorehouse. And can I say, wildly cheap. Insanely cheap.
Well, it's cheap now because
she's going to be exhausted.
Yeah. I'll say this. Everybody loves a good deal. You got to pay these women way more.
Dude, and I'll say this, man. It is so hot out there now. Everyone's so hot now. We got to make prostitution legal. It would solve so many problems. It would solve. My marriage would flourish like a flower in the sun with a taste of honey. You know, God puts a little honey on a flower and it blossoms. And then that would be my marriage if I could fuck anyone for money. What?
I like, because it's a very progressive idea, but it's fueled by to save because people feel like we got to legalize sex work. And everybody's like, yeah, take care of these sex workers and decriminalize it and destigmatize it. And you're like, yeah, and also my marriage.
Well, that's cheating for me would never be about emotion.
Sure.
And I can say this 100% of my soul. Yeah. Love my wife as a person and is nothing makes me happier than her. She is the greatest human being I've ever met, but it doesn't matter if she had 70 titties. The devil inside of me is alive. He is alive, and it is a fight on the street. I just go, eyes straight, Greg. Eyes straight. And TikTok. I want to do comedy on TikTok, but every time I open it, it's some girl in soft pants jiggling her butt, and my mind goes, get out of the way, I'm driving. Sure. Nice Greg is in behind the wheel, and the devil gets out of the back seat, and he punches him in the face, and he goes, ah! Ah! And if I could just give someone $5 a month to have sex with them and have no emotional attachment, I would have a perfect life. I would have a perfect life. But right now, the devil lives behind these eyes. And I'm trying so hard. It's such a hard thing. I don't know if everyone has like a sex drive like that.
I think it varies, right?
Wait. We were talking about something on the steps, and I can't remember what it was. Not on the steps, outside of the laundromat.
Mhm.
And we were like, that's what it's like to be a man. Some woman. We were talking about a woman. Some women, sometimes they get like real horny. Like we have a lot of liberal friends who are like, oh, I want to be in a monogamous, they want to be in relationships. Should I get out of this?
Oh,
this general specific, I was talking about women. I know women who like to, I'm not sure if this is something to do with your family. Women who a woman was talking to me about how they want to have sex with lots of people so they can't be in a monogamous relationship. And then I was like, no, that's just what it's like to be a man. Like no man, every man wants to be in like every woman. I want to have sex with every woman forever. Mm-hmm. But the fight of a relationship is not doing that.
Oh, sure.
That's the work. Yeah. The work is being like just you for some reason. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but then some women now are just like, no, I want to like have sex with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, so me too. Everybody, we all want to.
Sure. I was having this.
Should we edit that out?
What?
Is that okay?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Are you okay with it?
No, because I know it's about your mother. It was like that's not like an insult thing, but it's like it's funny to see like progressive women moving into the thing of like you're just becoming a dirty man.
Sure. I was talking to and I won't say her name, but I mean I don't think she would care at all.
Right.
But like a woman that we know, very funny comic.
Your mom?
And she my mom, hilarious. But she was talking about like non-monogamy versus monogamy. Like who's to say like every monogamous relationship I know like is a struggle and it sucks and it becomes hard and stale. Right. But then we were talking about like the polyamory lifestyle and she was like, it's hectic and it's so much to deal with and this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, well then who is to say that like one is better than the other, right? Like I'm not like, if it's good for you, I'm glad and I hope it works for you. But like, you can't be like, oh, it's so hectic and it's
I have the answer. We just need to decriminalize cheating.
Oh, sure.
That's just decriminalize it.
Yeah.
Don't make it so heavy duty. It's not the last thing. Just make it like you didn't clean the room. Right? It's like, but unless you're doing like emotional cheating, that's different because now you're risking the relationship to be with other people.
Sure. But then, those are lines that become very, very blurred. Right?
You just have to put in your mind, I'm not having sex with this person. I'm masturbating with the greatest thing ever.
Are you going to say that to him?
Yeah. I'm going to go, look, you mean nothing to me. All you are is the best way to masturbate. And I am for you as well. You want to masturbate together? You masturbate in that room. I'll masturbate in that room. Let's move closer. Right? You turn the water up hot. Then we're in the same room masturbating. Maybe you masturbate me. Okay, now I'm going to masturbate in you. And we're just friends doing friends. You know what I mean?
Sure.
This is also all such hyperbole to me because I have no idea what would happen if I just went and slept with another woman and how that would feel.
Yeah, it's very sticky and, sticky.
It's very sticky. It's like this room. How you doing, folks? I want everyone to subscribe to my 5-hour energy drink sponsorship. I'm making energy drink out of seltzer and old vaccines that have gone bad. So drink up. What are they doing with those old vaccines? They should put it. Monster Energy drink should buy all of the, because how vaccines have to stay cold and you have to throw them out. Monster Energy drink should buy them.
Call it Monster Fauci. Monster Fauci.
Let me ask you that. Okay, one more thing, and then we'll do that little thing I want to do. We'll read that thing if that's okay with you. I saw a comedian yesterday, and it was funny. She was being funny, and I like her. But I was a little mad. So I was watching this comedian, and she was just talking about how she hates Fauci because he a monster. He a monster. And she kept saying he was a monster because of his eyes. And like, not real things that someone who doesn't like Fauci would say. Like none of the reasons my mom would say.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
As we know, my mom knew Fauci in the 80s. It's just what she always says. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. She goes, I knew him in the 80s. Not a good guy. You knew Fauci in the 80s? What the hell? I don't know what that means. But she's saying all this bullshit about Fauci that was kind of like, he had devil eyes and he blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm trying to think of other examples. Like, and she goes, I miss Trump because and then she'd say all the bad things about Trump as they were fun. And I was like, oh, I know what you're doing. And that's funny. You're doing almost like a Patrice kind of angle where you're like,
sure,
you don't really mean it.
The needling and the humor is in saying the contrarian thing.
Yeah. And it's crazy. And the things you're saying are crazy. Like I miss having a guy who was wild in the White House. And it's like, yeah, but do you? And so I want to say is if you really feel those things, do bits about the things you really believe. Because I think you kind of believe this, but instead of doing like jokes that are bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, go in or get out.
Sure.
Stop giving me this. She shit talked Fauci for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But nothing that was real. Nothing that was real. And I was like, do something real with it.
Yeah.
Because I care about that. Don't bullshit me, man.
Sure.
Give me real. If you got crazy feelings, give them to me.
Yeah.
One other thing on the doc. Well, because I got into a big fight afterwards with, not big fight. Me and Ryan Beck and some other comedian came in, and we were talking. One of them was talking about how like her mother-in-law was a super QAnon person, and her girlfriend was like, she's just crazy. And the girl was kind of like, no. She was like getting mad at her, and I kept saying like, she was like, was she allowed to be mad at her girlfriend for like continuing to not hate her mom?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, we have to deal with these people. People who think crazy. And I kept saying this to fucking Ryan Beck, and he kept getting, I love Ryan, but he kept saying I wasn't on the same page. And you fact check this to me, because this was my argument. My argument is like, we've been letting people think crazy shit forever, right? QAnon, you think that's crazy? You know what's crazier? A talking snake, okay? And we let that shit just fly, and we can live with those people. Oh, but they're not getting a vaccine and people are dying. Yeah, there's a ring of pedophiles. And you want to talk about the deaths that have happened because of the Catholic Church? Way more people have died for religion than than this, than all of QAnon ever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, they took the Capitol. What in God we trust is in books that are in the houses. Now, I don't know if that's like whataboutism, but whatever. But my argument there is that if we're going to say we hate bad thinking, then you need to hate all the bad. And I'm not saying you need to hate all the bad. This is not about hate. This is about love. What I'm trying to say is, if you can love someone who believes wild, crazy shit that is poisonous, then you should try to love these other people as well, right? QAnon and our Republican family and all those people, and even the people who are just like killing people because they're not getting vaccinations, it's like they've been got. They're not doing it as an insult. They just got brainwashed. The same as all of the religious people have. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say there is that, like, if we can learn to love them and figure out how to get them into society, we need to bring these other people and start to figure out ways to love them too.
Sure. Yeah. I think it's a good point, and I don't disagree with it, because I do think, I think what you're saying and what I feel is that it's very scary to just say to somebody, okay, you're cut off. I'm done with you. Right. Because it's like, I don't think that fixes it. You know what I mean?
No, it makes it way worse.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that somebody, like, you owe someone to like drag them out of this dark dogma that they've gotten into, because you probably can't.
Right.
You know what
Same
I mean?
with alcoholism. They have to hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
They have to find it themselves.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
But I do think, like, I don't know. It's a personal choice, right? Like, are you going to just put up with, like, in some cases, some of these people are such nut jobs. It's like borderline abuse, where they're just like, you don't know shit and this and that, and they're taking it. And you're like, I just can't do it anymore. It is difficult to deal with those people. So I won't say, it's not that it's right or wrong, but like, I don't think I think if you have a family member that is a hardcore Republican or like a QAnon person, I don't think you're a piece of shit for continuing to talk to them.
Of course.
And
I'm not saying it's your job to pull them out, and I'm not saying it's your job not to.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's your job to learn. I think it's our job to learn how to be with these people.
Sure.
In society, as we have with all of the insane religions that we have going, because all of it is batshit crazy.
Sure. I think the fear is that QAnon, because I agree with you, all of the insane religions, it's bad. The fear with QAnon is that it's more immediately negative and dangerous.
It's right in our face right now.
Yeah, right in our face right now. I mean, and
we've already learned how to deal with religion.
Invade the Capitol. And
right.
Like, and there's a sizable group of these people where it's like, I don't fucking trust them. I don't. The shit that they believe is so crazy. Yeah. And you can't even negotiate with them because they're not in touch with reality, which you could also say for religious people. But
right. And I don't disagree. I just kind of, and I'm not even saying I'm not even saying you need to like accept their beliefs.
Yeah. Because
I don't accept religious people's beliefs.
Sure. And also,
but I can't fight everyone.
Yes.
I just can't fight everyone, and I can't keep manufacturing hate in my factory, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make love, and then try to get them over with critical thinking.
Yeah. And you can't accept their beliefs just purely on the basis of like their beliefs are ever evolving and becoming more convoluted as things unfold, right?
Right.
Any QAnon person.
But it's the same thing with religion.
Yeah.
You ask them something and they go, God works in mysterious ways. That's what they were saying about Trump.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. They were like, they just figure out these ways to jujitsu their way into a different way of standing that is constantly changing.
Yes.
And it's like, as an atheist, I've been dealing with these people forever. And I just want to go like, well, I can't do it. We're talking crazy shit. I go, yeah, everyone is, man.
Yeah.
But the goal, in my opinion, the answer to this is to just start teaching more critical thinking in school. You have to think. You can't tell someone why God doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You did not bring up God to them. What you need to do is teach them the proper way to parse arguments.
Yeah. Distinguish bullshit from not.
Yeah. And that's okay. And I think it's easier to take down QAnon and those people's mentally than religion, because and this is why I got all depressed this week.
It's okay.
Because I started thinking about shit that was like, death is coming for me constantly. Life is going too fast and I can't slow it down. And it was horrifying. And then my mind went to God and I went, that's easy. Because the world is scary. And that's what that is. And I think that you put that with like these QAnon and these people who conspiracy theory things. It's like, well, those aren't giving you eternal bliss after you die. Yeah. So it's a little bit easier to break those guys.
Sure.
Or something, if that makes sense.
Because there's a fear. There's a really good essay by C.S. Lewis called On Living in a Nuclear Age. And I think he wrote it like after like nuclear armament started happening, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just about like there's a cynicism in that time period, and it's still relevant now, which is like, what's the point of anything when the world is burning?
Right.
And the whole point of it's really a good essay because he's like, don't fool yourself into thinking that from the moment you were born, you weren't marked for death. You're going to die.
Yes.
You have always been going to die. Right now, it's a nuclear bomb. Before it was the plague. Tomorrow, it will be this.
And old age.
And he's like, and the best that you can do is just when death comes for you to be living what you think is a good life. You know, it's a really good essay.
I mean, not only do I agree, of course I agree with that, but it's something that I've constantly said in my life where I go, I've been living my whole life as if by the time I'm 80, they're going to come out with that immortality pill.
Yeah.
But the reality is I don't even know if anyone's working on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're not. So it's like, and as you get older, you start to realize, you start to get more comfortable with, not comfortable with death, but like it's funny because your mind is all about drugs, in my opinion, right? Your mind is constantly giving you different drugs to make you accept whatever you're dealing with, right? COVID-19 was a horrifying thing, but our minds allowed us to kind of deal with it. You know what I mean? If I told you we're going to be a pandemic, everyone's going in the house 10 years ago, you'd be horrified.
Yeah.
But then what's happening is like we were able to get through it, right?
Yeah, you process it.
I'm having this baby now. This is another thing I keep saying about drugs, right? Before I was having a kid, I was totally fine with not having a kid. And if you would have told me the things about having a kid, I would go, no way. No, I don't want to change diapers or wake up every night. And it's like, but your mind gives you the right drugs to make you kind of like want to love that. It makes me love my wife's pregnant and she's fat. I don't like fat chicks, but she's never looked more beautiful in her life because my mind is giving me the right drugs right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's everything is, and I said this to someone yesterday too about depression, and she gave me a very good, Katie Hannigan, who's the best, gave me such a good answer because I think she saw, I think she was like, oh my God, you're going through depression and we need to fix that. But I wasn't talking about real depression. What I was talking about was, I think sometimes when I get depressed, I'm not depressed. I'm just for that one moment, not on enough drugs. Mind drugs. And I see the world for what it is, right? I have this moment of clarity when I realize we are on a rock that is flying and I'm going to die soon and everything I do is for nothing. And that is horrifying, but it's also the truth.
Yeah.
Right? So for that moment, I wasn't on drugs and I realized what reality was. And that's scary. Sure. But you need to be on mind drugs, which is, dopamine or whatever the fuck that is that's keeping you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a weird rant.
And it's also the cold, hard realities of the world. You just can't. I don't think it makes you a fool or like this dumb optimist to not think about them every second of the day, because that's just how you get through the day. You don't spend all the time thinking about the cold, hard reality. We're on a rock with depleted resources, hurtling through space. and that sucks. But I have to get up. You have to be with your wife.
Because death is good.
Mhm.
Not that it's good. It
gives purpose, right?
It's it is. What death is it just is.
Mhm.
It just is. And this is another reason why I get mad at religion, because it's trying to sell us that death isn't what it is,
Mhm.
that you're going somewhere else. And I go, but if you can just accept that we are here and then we will be gone, you will realize how special right now is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is way special. And whether or not you're sitting there and you're going, well, I didn't get to be the rock star in the band. It's like, none of that means anything.
Mhm.
It's not about purpose or doing a thing. It's about what makes you happy.
Mhm.
Only because happiness is a good emotion to have. I enjoy being happier more than I enjoy being sad.
Yeah.
So
And to share in it.
yeah, all life is just, there is no meaning.
Mhm.
There's just exist until you don't.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful, because now you have there's nothing to do. You know what I mean? All you got to do is just be, and being happier is more fun than being sad, but sad is also great because
Mhm.
it's just a part of the spectrum. And I think it's something about accepting death is just so beautiful and understanding. And that's why I get so mad at religion, because they're trying to force you to not accept death.
Yeah.
Right? This got something. What about Family Feud? Y'all got rhymes with doobies?
He said boobies.
Anyway, go to my website, booksforretards.com. We will see you next week. Actually, we're going to do this read. We're going to read my script.
Yeah.
That'll probably just be like a short video real quick we could do, if that's okay.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
going to read this cartoon I wrote that is kind of and it's going to get better.
Yeah.
But I'll explain what it is. And I'm not going to, so let me explain it to you, and then we'll do it on the Patreon. I'll explain it to these people so that I can lure them into subscribing. This is a fully improv. What I want to do is a fully stream of consciousness cartoon. So the entire cartoon is written by me, no editing.
Okay.
Editing is not allowed.
Yeah.
It is just the conversation that happened. And it got on, and these creators. So what I believe this cartoon that I'm trying to make explores is, what is existence?
Sure.
Right? Because these characters are talking to each other.
Mhm.
When one says something, the other one responds, and I don't know what they're going to say.
Okay.
So how does that mean they don't exist?
Yeah.
They
yeah.
are existing because
Yeah.
they're talking to each other
Mhm.
in this script.
Yeah.
So what is existence?
Sure.
And so we're going to get into that on the $15 15-minute thing we're going to do right now. So sign up to go to patreon.com/StoneZone. Mike, is that what it's called? Mike will have to tell me.
The Greg Stone Zone.
The Greg Stone Zone. Sign up and you can get this video. It should be up. I'm gonna say today, so Mike he's gonna be sweating now and get this goddamn thing up that we didn't even do yet. We didn't even create it yet. We didn't create it yet. Let's see if Mike is fast enough to get this video up. And the first 5 people the first 5 new subscribers will be entered. Here's a contest I'm making up on the spot to win one out of the first all the new subscribers this month. You will and last month, so last 2 months, will win a burned CD of Night Cream that I will burn you. I will sign it. There is one that exists, doesn't exist yet.
You're gonna want to get that. I'm being sincere. You are gonna want to get that.
It's 5 to 8 songs.
It's great.
It's going to be on a CD, and I'll sign it to you for anyone who subscribes from last month and this month. And hey, maybe you're already a subscriber and you're going, well, I want to be entered. Maybe you need to hit that button of unsubscribe and resubscribe, get on that list. Go through the Patreon subscribers and the new between subscribers. All subscribers, Mike, or new subscribers? What do you think? Let's do all subscribers, because I'm not trying to
be all subscribers. We do have to read names too.
Oh, okay. We'll do that now. It's going to be all subscribers because I'm not trying to do that. I love paying Brendan and Anthony, even though they do nothing. I thought it was supposed to be funny. Oh my God. I'm just kidding. I really don't. It's okay. Man, this got dark real quick. I love those guys and I love everyone and I love my subscribers. So I'm going to give out a signed copy of Night Cream before it debuts, because we're releasing next month. That's another thing. We're releasing the album next month with a music video, but one of you guys can win a signed copy from me on a burn CD that I will burn on my computer to give to you. How's that sound? That sounds pretty good, right?
Sounds great.
Maybe one, maybe two, maybe a few. I don't really know. It just depends on how many CDRWs I can get. Let's read those names, Mike. What do you say?
All right.
All right, let me shout out to all my new subscribers. Hey, Mike, does this say when they joined?
No.
Oh, okay. It's March 25th, right there. No?
That's not when they joined, but that's when they should have. That's the month.
That's their birthday? That's the month they joined. Yeah. Oh, so they joined in March. Great. So how many we got here, Mike?
We have like 15.
15. That's sweet. Let's start naming somebody. Let me do a little thank you. Thank you, my friends. You joined the Patreon. First shout out is to my main Coral Kennedy. You need a Friday night name. We got to give you a Friday night. I'm going to call you old Carol Coraluzzo. You're Carol Coraluzzo. You get my name, which I don't use anymore. Carol Coraluzzo Kennedy. God bless you for coming in at 5. Coming in at 5. We are live. Then we got my main sizzle, Ern. I have talked to him a couple of times online. That's a good cat. It's a classic cat.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to call you Scrappy. You the Scrappy cat, Ern. God bless you for joining. 15 a month. Woo, you rich and you making me rich. Your soul dies. Your soul dies a little, but I get fatter, as we know. Cameron Bowers. Bow, wow, wow. Yippee, yo, yippee, yay. You the silly dog. You ain't gay. But maybe you are. You're Cameron Bauer. You're Bow Wow Tao. You're I want to come up with a better one than that. Old Dr. Bow Wow, the dog who will prescribe you only bones.
Dr. Bow Wow. All right. It's good. It's really good.
And if you love your name, tweet at me and I'll retweet it. Cameron Austin Eck. That name will get you in trouble because it's a heck of a thing. Hey, it's a heck of a thing. Old Austin Eck. He's a place and he's a feeling.
Yeah.
Eck. Exercise. You know, I like to try to, I know that it takes a long time, but I like to do special things for these names, right? So I like to take it a second, you know. When he's fucking you, that's called exercise. Austin Exercise, because it's sexual time. Next on, we got Ryan Kamir. What does that mean? That little thing over the E?
I think it's the emphasis on the A. So Ryan Kamir.
Kamir.
Yeah.
What A? The A is Kamir. Kamarai. I'm gonna call you Nancy Camaro. You're a hot young 80s woman and you got giant tits, and God bless. Pete Isip. Oh, I don't have to give him a name because that's my social media man. And this is what's happening right now. When you see this name, Pete Isip, is a game, as a stalemate. He subscribed to my Patreon for 10. I subscribed to his. So we're just two people handing each other $10.
Just trading it.
Just trading money. That's all. Peter Isip, check out his Patreon. He's a great guy. He's doing my social media. So if you ever get a thing, if you ever see a tweet, not a tweet, but like an Instagram or YouTube comment that's like, this doesn't seem like it's Greg's voice, or this video seems way too well done. That's because my main man Peter Isip did it. That's also Pete. He doesn't need his name is one of my best friends. I love him. He's one of the greatest humans I've ever met. Ooh, we got Nicholas Hardy Moss. He got married to an old plant, and he added that name. This is the story of Nicky Hardmoss. Nicky Hardmoss. The story of Nicky Hardmoss, which I'll get into real quick if you don't mind. This is Tom Hardy's kid, master actor. He married a fucking plant. That's how sexually progressive he is, and I love that you did that. And I salute Nicky Hardmoss, the Moss woman, who is a man. Oh, Quiche. How do I nickname a Quiche? Your name is Nicholas. Your name is Jimmy Gray. Quiche. Because you want to come with a nickname? I give you a real name. You're Jimmy Gray. God bless. Henry Lavelle. Or that's love with an exclamation point. That's what you're going to do, Henry. Your new last name is Love. It's Love Screaming. And we love to have you. At $10 a month, I want to send you a bottle of cream. Just any kind of cream in a bottle. Do you want to try one of these?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do the next one because that's another one of I love when my friends subscribe because they clearly think my career isn't doing well. This is another one of my best friends, and you could try it.
All right. Charles Statlander.
Mhm.
Did I get it right?
That's exactly right.
Okay. And I'm just gonna shorten it up. I'm gonna call you old Chucky Stats.
Oh, that's Chucky Stats.
Chucky Stats.
Yeah, Chaz Stats.
Chaz.
You call
Oh,
him Chaz.
Chaz Stats.
Chaz Stats.
Chaz Stats.
Chaz right now.
Yeah, Chaz.
We
baby.
need you right now.
Chaz.
He's a wonderful human with a great body.
Yeah.
You'd love Charlie. He's great. Old Chaz. Phil Connors. My God, if you aren't Phil I love Phil Collins
Yeah.
to a level. One of the first CDs I ever bought
Mhm.
was Genesis, I Can Dance.
Oh God, tell me about it.
Tell me.
Okay.
One of the greats. And so Phil Connors will remain Phil Connors because
What's there to fix?
wait, what's the guy's name from Genesis?
Collins.
That's why I can't figure that out.
Yeah.
So you're just Phil Collins now.
Yeah.
Phil Connors. I know it seems weak, but Phil Collins is one of the best, and now you're one of the best. And you're $15 a month. Whew! I need to give you a couple bananas for free if I see you. I'm gonna carry a bunch of bananas and give them to you. Matthew Duple, man, you doodly duple. You are Matthew Duple. He'll dupe people into tricks. That's why he'll duple you. He say, "Come in my house," and then you walk in, and he goes, "Gotcha," and he locks you there because he duped you into a trick.
Sure.
Do you think this is entertaining enough to know, or should I make it shorter so that people don't tune out? Because I'm having too much fun doing this, but only God knows if it's okay. Jonathan Reeves, you are the king of France. I W that. So get on a plane, go to France, and when someone says name, you go, "You don't know me? I'm the goddamn king of France." And then what you do is you grab him by the throat and you say, "Your life is in my hands." And don't get arrested for that.
Yeah.
You can't because you're the king. And when they try to arrest you, you go, "You can't arrest the king." Mutiny. Oh, and then on the last one, we got Kelly. Is that how you say that? Kelly?
There's an extra E, yeah.
Is it an extra E? Or is it Kelly?
Kelly.
You didn't get a girl? We didn't get a lot of girls. Because I talk too much about
Come
and things that hurt people's feelings. Kelly, your new name is Sister Mary 3. You're the new cover band that covers only 7 Mary 3 songs, which is Cumbersome and Water's Edge. Not a lot of people remember Water's Edge. Down at the water's edge, wasted and dying and dreaming of someone else. At the water's edge. I bought that single. I loved 7 Mary 3. American Standard was the name of their album because they named themselves after a toilet. Fun fact. And they only had 2 good songs. Cumbersome. Too black or too white, too wrong or too right. Damn tonight. Cumbersome. That's how I learned the word cumbersome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song taught a lot of people that word.
What if they kept doing songs that are like new vocabulary words? I have become quite lethargic. That's the word of the day.
No, I love it. I couldn't think of a big word.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I have become
melancholy
to this world. Yeah. So thank you all for coming on out. We did an hour and 27 minutes on the free episode today.
Woo,
so you all got a little freeness today. But jump on that Patreon and check out the show we're going to read. We're going to read this cartoon that I wrote, and don't judge it, but it's going to be great. We'll see you real soon. God bless America. Keep making love out of your bodies that are factories of machines of love. God bless you out there.
Pick up your head, pick up your body, get on the bus, it's time to party. It's Gregory, it is a Saturday night, Gregory. Take your socks off and take your pants on, get in the car and drive on Friday night, Gregory. It is a Saturday night, Gregory. Born in the darkness, my man was too high, he created the show, so that is why that you have Gregory.